Oh my God, Lucky's tires were so bad and I was still driving on them. I'm so embarrassed. I actually am embarrassed to show you these tires in this video. Welcome back to TesLUCKY, the YouTube channel where you can follow the adventures of Lucky the Tesla. Today we're going to be talking all about tires, and that's when I lost my Tesla sidekick, Carly. Tires, boring. She'd rather show you road trips and video games. So I'm going to handle the tire talk today because I do think it's actually really important part of the documentation of our Tesla ownership experience is lessons that I have learned about tires, the cost and the frequency of replacing tires. I think that these are important details that we need to share about the adventures of Lucky the Tesla. Let me first say thank you very much to the Tesla mobile service representative who came out to see Lucky last week. Got a little issue going on with the air conditioning, a little mystery noise, and we're going to be getting that looked at very soon at the Tesla Service Center in Coral Gables. Had a little issue with the frunk that turned out to be user error. And that is all documented in our last video on the Tesla mobile service visit for Lucky. But during that visit, the representative from Tesla told me something very, very serious about my tires, that they were in really bad shape and that I should replace them like immediately. Like he said, I wouldn't even drive to Miami on these tires. Miami is 130 miles away. I can't even believe how bad the tires got in Lucky. We're going to talk about how that happened, and we're going to talk about what I did about it and all of the costs. I think that it's really important that we cover all of these aspects of Tesla ownership with the tires. So first of all, let me just show you what I'm talking about with these tires. I am sincerely embarrassed to show you these tires. Like the steel is exposed and there's no tread whatsoever on these tires. I am not a car person and I'm not really very good at looking at these kind of details, but even I can look at these tires and go holy, you know what? I shouldn't have been driving on these tires for a long time. So the mobile service rep said, change these tires right away. Normally, Tesla mobile service will give you a tread report on your car. Well, they didn't do that this time because there's actually no tread to do a report on with these two front tires. So how did this happen? Okay, so my husband was just throwing coconuts around the yard. That was a bit distracting to me. Okay, back to tires. So how did this happen? How did Lucky's two front tires get so bad and I didn't even notice? Well, this is my story and I'm sticking to it. In the 13 years prior to becoming a Tesla owner, I had a company car, and company cars are wonderful, great benefit to the job I used to work, pharmaceutical sales, and you just take them every 5,000 to 10,000 miles and they look at the oil and they check the tire pressure and whatever needs to be done, routine maintenance, they just do it and you don't pay for it. It's just all, you drop off the car, you pick up the car, you don't even think about the car. So now I have a Tesla. It's a very, very low maintenance vehicle. I don't have to change the oil. It doesn't need tune-ups other than the tires and the air conditioning. Not much seems to go wrong with a Tesla so far in our experience, 3 years. And you just, I don't know, you don't have to think about all that. And so I am not a car person and I'm not good at paying attention to these details. So this is a major lesson for me that I need to get better at knowing how many miles I have on my tires, and I need to actually look at them every 2 to 3 months and make sure that they're not, like beat to okay? So, tires got really, really bad. The Tesla mobile service representative said, change these tires like as soon as you can. So I get on the phone right away. As soon as the guy leaves, like within 10 minutes, I'm on the phone with the tire place in Key West, ordered 2 new Continental tires, and they were able to get the 2 new tires installed within 2 days, which was wonderful. So now Lucky has 2 brand new tires on the front, so when we go out road tripping up and down the East Coast this summer, we'll have safe new tires. And the tires in the back were just replaced 12 months ago. They only have 25,000 miles on them. They're in really good shape, so I am now set. But we're going to talk about the lessons here and the costs here associated with the tire replacement. First of all, it was kind of weird how those tires wore. I mean, the steel was exposed all the way around the tire on both sides. Like, my husband was like, did you hit something? Like, what's going on with these tires? Seems like there might have been something with the alignment that caused the tires to wear the way they did, and I'm going to touch on alignment here in a second. But the first thing I want to say to those awful tires that we just had removed from Lucky and replaced is that they were 3 years old, and those tires had 67,700 miles on them. Way too much. Way too much. So in the past 12 months, I have driven about 25,000 miles in Lucky, and I really should have replaced those tires about 6 months ago, and that would have been about right. I don't remember what the warranty was on those tires, but they should have been replaced like closer to 50,000 miles in my opinion. Okay, so I'm going to be keeping a close eye on these tires, and every like 3 months or so, I'm just going to calculate how many miles I have on the tires, and I'm going to check that against the warranty, and I'm going to be a better Tesla mom to Lucky and look out for these tires, and be a better, like, more responsible mom to Carly as well. I'm like, I can't believe I've been driving her around on these like unsafe tires. Like, thankfully nothing happened. And in fact, like, upon learning how bad the tires were, you talk about like range anxiety in a Tesla. I had to drive 35 miles to Key West on the day that we got the tires replaced, and I had tire anxiety like the whole time. Like, every time there was like a little bump in the road, I was like expecting the tire to just explode and like the Tesla to like roll off the road and into the water. Thankfully that didn't happen. So the other thing I learned from the Tesla mobile service representative is that you don't actually need to do that little Lincoln penny trick with the tread to see if you need the tires replaced. I actually, in our video from last year where we had the back tires replaced, we showed the little penny trick. Well, now I'm told that the penny trick is dead. You don't need to do that. That inside the tires there's actually like a tread line, and if the tread gets down to that line, it's time to replace the tires. So that was another good learning here. So, all right, let's talk about the cost of these tires that were replaced. The brand new beautiful tires, 2 of them, cost $1,034.75 for the tires and the labor and the installation. I got to tell you, I was a little bit like shocked at first about this because of inflation. 12 months ago, the same exact tires except on the back were $695 installed. So these tires were $340 more. And actually, $99 of that was for something that they did to check the alignment, which my husband said was really good that they did. He says that was a $99 well spent. They provided me with this alignment report. I'm going to put it up on the screen now. I don't understand any of this data, any of these graphics, this whole like alignment data that they provided to me is very confusing to me. So if anybody understands the alignment report and can explain in a comment below, that would be super helpful. But if you take out that $99, the two tires 12 months later still cost $240 more than the year before, and half of that was on the tires and half of that was like labor is increased. I guess the cost of disposing of old tires has increased. It's just like everything has just gone up so much. In fact, in June of 2019, I got 4 new tires, and those tires cost $1,343.56. So it was almost like, you know, the cost of 2 tires in 2022 was not that much less than the cost of 4 tires 3 years ago. Just crazy. But anyway, our total cost spent on tires since we bought Lucky 3 years ago is $3,000. Holy cow, it's the man with the coconuts making me a blue drink. Thank you, honey. It's happy hour here in Big Pine Key, and I'm still making videos for TesLUCKY talking about tires. So my husband just made me this fun little blue drink. That's good. Very good. I will wait and consume that when the video is over. He was doing all this stuff in the yard with like power tools and coconuts and stuff. I'm like, honey, it's distracting. It's distracting. So brought me a little treat. Thank you, honey. Okay, so we have owned Lucky for 3 years. When I bought Lucky, she had 22,500 miles on her, and now she has 96,308 miles. So I have driven my Tesla 73,808 miles in 3 years, and the total amount that we have spent on tires is $3,073.31. I don't think that's bad. Now, I don't have a lot of experience buying tires, as I just said, with my company cars for 13 years prior. I didn't really pay much attention to the cost of tires, but this seems very reasonable to me, and it seems comparable to traditional ICE vehicles. I would love to hear from everyone in the comments below if you think spending $3,000 on tires for a Tesla in a 3-year period, if that's a lot, if that's a little. Let me know in the comments below. Let's all discuss tires in the comments, shall we? The other thing is that if you need any information about the tires for your Tesla, it's all found in the manual in the MCU. So you can go into the manual and you can search for tires and all the information that you need there as far as the sizes and all of the information about the tires. It's right there in the MCU. Tires were terrible, check. New tires, much more expensive than 2 years ago. Check. Okay, I remember what I was going to tell you before saying goodbye. We recently posted a video about all the maintenance expenses that we have had for Lucky since we bought her used 3 years ago. Lucky is an older 2016 P90D Model X. We feel that our maintenance costs for this vehicle have been very reasonable, and everybody knows you don't have to buy gas, but people can be afraid that they're expensive cars to maintain, and that just has not been our experience. We will see you in our next video, and I'm hoping that that will be our Disney road trip video.